99X, it's the Morning X. Barnes and Leslie, today's a big day, the opening of the Atlanta Film Festival, Leslie Fram.
Oh, yes, lots to talk about.
This is a big deal. Movies in this are qualified for Oscars, I do believe. So that's a pretty sweet deal. Let's talk to Christopher Escobar, who's been on our show many times, executive director of the Atlanta Film Festival. Big day for you, Christopher.
Yes, thank you so much for having me back.
Absolutely. And this is the first time it's ever been just at Terra and your other theater, right? At the Plaza.
Correct. Well, it's the first time it's ever been at the Plaza, at the Terra at all. It's the 10th year it's been at the Plaza. Yeah.
That's exciting that you're also including the Terra. So that's, seriously, for old schoolers, that's great.
Yeah, it's a big deal for us. First time in almost half a century.
But you're dropping off some locations. So is this kind of a reaction to the getting out of the strike and the?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, actually, I mean, we've had great pleasure and partnership to work with Dad's Garage and Carter Center and the Rialto Center over the years. But yeah, truthfully, yeah, I mean, some of our corporate support has took a little bit of a hit because of those companies who were hit by the strike, and so we kind of contracted a little bit the footprint, but we're hoping to be, bigger and better than ever next year with all of them. So, yeah.
So this starts today through Sunday, May the 5th.
Correct.
Now, I have to ask you about the opening night film because, Barnes, the premise of this, tell me who this sounds like, Barnes. I'm not going to tell you who's in the movie, but it is a 40-year-old single mom begins an unexpected romance with a 24-year-old. Is that the story of Kristen Cavallari and the new guy she's dating?
Is it?
Yeah, supposedly it is not based on them. That's what the team behind the film says.
Tell us about this movie because it really looks good.
It'd be kind of fast.
Yeah, absolutely. So Anne Hathaway plays the 40-year-old single mom and, meets this new, love interest who's in a hot boy band. And they meet at Coachella, actually, of all places.
Wow.
And this whole film is written and directed by Michael Showalter. Many people will recognize his work. He did The Big Sick. He also did Wet Hot American Summer.
Mm-hmm.
So he's always in this drama comedy blended together sort of vein with romance, and obviously this whole thing is a big romance, and there's it's a lot about both the extremes of their lives, not just the age difference as well. Although I do kind of feel it's funny, like in the point made in Barbie about if there was someone to cast as a role that feels ugly, that perhaps she wasn't the best role. I was like any 24-year-old would give his left arm to be with Anne Hathaway.
Exactly.
So maybe that's not the but yeah.
Let's watch it. Let's watch the trailer. Here's a little bit of the opening movie, The Idea of You, kicking off the Atlanta Film Festival tonight.
How did you guys meet? We need to know the story. We met at Coachella.
Hi.
Hi.
This is your trailer?
Yeah, I'm in the band. We're performing on the main stage.
August Moon?
Yeah. I met someone tonight. I feel a little inspired. This one's called Closer.
To get closer to you,
Solène, we need you up front. Okay. Like, now.
I don't know if you remember me, but we met in Coachella.
Yes, I remember you.
Well, I desperately need some artwork.
Why don't we start in the back?
I like these.
Fantastic.
This piece is from my friend Sarah.
What's it called?
Unclose Me.
And what do you feel when you look at it?
Everything.
Is this a big budget movie?
The Idea of You.
Yeah, this is a sizably budget movie. It's an Amazon film.
Oh wow!
So we pepper in. I like to say, like, if the film festival was like a music festival, then it would be every genre under the sun of music.
Yeah.
And then you have both your up and coming bands and your headliner bands. And so we use our opening and closing night films that tend to have more recognizable names and faces as kind of our headliner bands, so to speak. And we have a few other films throughout the festival we call our marquee titles. And this is the same way. They kind of close out the day. They sort of, help get attention to the festival overall and to the up and coming films and artists that are featured in the rest of it.
Tell us what else is happening at the festival, because I know you've got, outside of films, you've got a lot of other things that go on during the day.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, I would say there's really three kinds of events that happen at the festival. The screenings, we're playing, over 150 films from over 40 countries. We also do a conference that's on the art, craft, and business of film and television. So anyone who's interested in working in the industry or, converting roles or skills they might have in another field into the film industry, that's definitely for them. That mostly takes place Tuesday through Friday during the workday, basically. And it focuses on a whole variety of topics and has panels and master classes and workshops and all that kind of stuff. Then the third is in some ways, the most fun part. It's our social events. It's our filmmaker lounge, our happy hours, our hangouts, our full-blown after parties. So that's an important part where people get to really mix and mingle and start to form community.
By the numbers, I mean, you guys have been going 48 years.
Wow.
You've got 28,000 attendees almost every year. Around that number. Of course, it's going to fluctuate.
Yeah, sure.
7,500 people submitted for 2024. And how many get in?
About 150. So it's a really competitive.
Absolutely.
And this is from, you've got, entries from over 100 countries?
Yeah, every year. It's been upwards of 124 countries. So it's one of the 10 most competitive festivals in the world, actually, out of over 4,000 film festivals worldwide.
Can you buy a pass to go through pretty much everything?
Yeah, so that's the nice thing is that's a little different from a music festival where it tends to be kind of all or nothing. People can either get a single ticket to a single thing, a single conference event or a single movie, or they can get a badge that'll get them, say the film badge gets them all the films, the film conference, or if they want to be able to go to the parties, the all access badge.
We're talking to Christopher Escobar, Executive Director of the Atlanta Film Festival. How many Georgia productions are part of this? Because there's so much being filmed in Atlanta and in Georgia.
Yeah, this year about a quarter of what we're showing is connected to Georgia.
On purpose? Like
Yeah. Well, not maybe not that many on purpose, but yeah, it is important for us to be able to feature, so I'd say we're normally just under 20% and, upwards of 30% depending on the year. So yeah, the fact that we have a quarter of them only speaks to the incredible independent filmmaking that's happening here in the state.
Well, good luck, Christopher. Sounds like a lot of fun. Starts today, runs through Sunday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Sounds like a lot of surprises might pop up during the film festival, and you can go to only two places this year, the Plaza or the Terra, which are both owned by Christopher. You're like cornering the film market, my friend. You've got it all in your pocket.
It's all a necessity, honestly, just being able, and the nice thing is all three of these things are stronger together, existing and co-working and collaborating. And the Plaza and the Terra are some of the largest sponsors of the festival this year. So the film festival doesn't pay any money to be there at either of the theaters. It's for us, it's a privilege to be able to give back to the community this way.
What's the website if they want to get tickets in advance before going down?
Yeah, AtlantaFilmFestival.com, and they are cheaper in advance. So I would say definitely get them in advance, whereas they cost a little bit more at the door.
Christopher Escobar, thank you.
Yes, congrats.
Thank you.
It's the Morning X. This is 99X.